Hey, this is Ralphie Boy from Before the Beat, and today I'm going to give you some tips on what to look for. 3 tips on what to look for when you're searching for the perfect manager. Coming up. Today I'm going to address something particular that a close friend of mine, an artist, wanted me to address. He reached out to me and he said, Ralph, I love your videos. I love what you're doing. You're telling these people how it was. You're telling it what it is and what it should be, which is fantastic. He also said, maybe you should cover this. I'm in a bit of a crossroads and selecting the right manager. I've went through managers. I went through many different people. What should you look for when searching for that right manager? And you know what? I'm going to tell you what it is. You need to feel comfortable. So there should be a couple of things that you should look for. 3 things that you should look for. Number 1, you have to make sure that that manager has the same vision you have. Make sure that he is there for the long haul, for the long race, not just on a get-rich-quick type of thing.
Okay, what you try to find is someone who gets you, who gets what you are. They have to see you for what you are and what you can give. Okay, a lot of the management out there, or record label per se, what they look for is anything that's able to make them their dollar. That's all they're looking for.
So when picking a manager and trying to get that right manager, make sure that that person understands what you're trying to do. Yes, he could think of admin stuff. He could think of marketing stuff. He could think of, future endeavors or future projects that you can do with other people. But that's great. But he can't lose focus of your vision. So make sure that you have that right person.
But a manager couldn't manage me right now.
Understand?
You know what I'm saying? I can't be managed. I already ran through that hurdle.
I get it. Trust me, I know.
I've tried that. I can't be managed.
So that's
the history of my. I'm in such a kind of like a how do you say it? I'm in so much of a level of where the industry was, how it got here, how it got there, how it got there. I went through those experiences. I needed a manager down here.
And there was none.
I did. I had a manager. But then when I got here, You
needed another manager?
No, not needed another manager, but that manager had to hold on. It had to hold on to the success of that. And then usually, most of the times when the manager is not able to do that, they fall off. And then that other manager comes.
That's tip number 1 for you. Tip number 2, should you actually choose someone you know or someone that you don't know? Oh, that's like a 2-part thing. You could want to go with somebody that you know because they know you personally, they know what you like, they know things in best interest for you, they know how long you've been doing it, they may know a history, which is great, or someone that you feel comfortable with, that in expressing what you want done, or that you can speak freely about certain things and voice your opinion. Someone who could also speak freely to you. That's also good as well. But where do you draw the line when it's a family member or a friend?
No. The answer to all of the above is it can work. I mean, I love to have that family element, but it also can be a conflict of interest. The friends thing, I'm your man, that could also, you need somebody that's a straight businessman. The DJ game, all of this, everything is, we love it, it's an art, it's this, but it's still a business. And a lot of kids just get into this thinking that they're gonna, buy a set of turntables or a controller and get Serato and, I'm gonna be the next Tiesto or the next Funk Flex. It don't work that way. You know what I mean?
Where do you draw the line? Sometimes people have a problem with separating the relationship that they have as a friend or a family and the relationship that they're choosing in business. It's a bit of a problem. You need to know when to graciously bow out of that. If I have a friend who I admire for so many years and he's dear to me and I think he's the person, he's there from the beginning, well then I'm not going to jeopardize that friendship. I have to know where to draw the line.
That's such an excellent question, and I think that comes over time because so often when you're starting up, you have to get the people who work with you and would work for what you can afford, and usually those are family and close friends, right? But truth be told, a lot of them, they don't have the skill set. They don't see your broad vision, and this is your dream. It's not their dream, and you have to and sometimes, just to be quite honest, you outgrow them. Because if you really, really have this dream and you have this vision and you want to win, a lot of times the people who you start with are not going to be the people who you end with. And this is something that's so important in any business, whether it's music or whatever the industry might be. It's okay, and I'm a super loyal person, but it's okay to sit down and assess and say, look, this person who I started with, their skill set was able to get me from the 1 yard line to the 15. But I love them to death, but it's nothing more that they can do for me.
They're taking you as far as they can.
They take me as far as they can. So either they're going to dramatically step up their skill set, or, you know, maybe you keep a role for them. It just can't be in that space or in that position that you once had them, because you need somebody who can take you from that 15-yard line to the 25 and get you past the 50. So, you know, in business and in life, sometimes you have to make the hard decisions, and I've been there. You know, believe me when I tell you, I'm extremely loyal, and understanding that this person who started with me, they just don't have what it takes to get me any further, and then having to sit down and have that talk with them, that's not easy.
And you have to make that clear from the beginning. Make it clear from the beginning. Set the rules. Let them know, check it out. We're going to do this. We're in the hall. We're going to ride this out together. We're going to get to where we need to get to accomplish whatever we're trying to accomplish. But understand, if this gets hairy and it's going to jeopardize our friendship, I would rather keep our friendship, separate the whole management thing, because it's more important for me to call you on the holidays, have a drink with you, go out to dinner, go watch a game. If we're into that stuff, that's fine. But learn where to separate it. You have to learn where to draw the line. Tip number 3. Do you get somebody to work for you that you pay per diem, you pay per hour as an assistant, or that you hire as a manager and he makes a commission on everything that you do? And where do you draw the line on what's the commission? I mean, if you have pre-existing businesses before he stepped in, then you need to make that clear. Anything that he brings to the table, fantastic, he gets a piece of it. You need to make that dollar clear.
Remember, 15%. Don't give him more than that, man. 15%.
Or if you just do a general all-around 360 deal and say, hey, you know what, that's it. You're going to represent me, and everything that I've done in the past, everything that you bring in, and everything that comes in that just falls on our desk, we're going to split it, or you're going to get this percentage and I'm going to get this percentage. When I say 360 deal, merchandising, marketing, movies, television, commercials, publishing, production, performances, you know, all that stuff, that all takes place.
I always say, look for somebody that can keep up with you, keep up with your schedule, keep up with you, and probably the most important thing, work twice as hard as you. In other words, I'm sure every DJ works hard and wants to, you know, grow. Make sure that manager's working that times 2. That's the only way you're gonna hit the next level. You know what I'm saying?
So make sure that you're clear with all of that. You could take this and apply it however you would like to apply it. That's fantastic. If you want to do it alone, try it. Good for it. You want to wear that many hats in the beginning? That's fine. But when you get to a certain point, you're going to have to share. You're going to have to not share the wealth. That's okay if you share the wealth as well. But you're going to have to share yourself with people. I need you to focus on my marketing. I need you to focus on my management and bookings. I need you to go ahead and get some new clientele. I want you to do my merchandising. You know, whatever it is, you have to share it. You got to let people go, do what it is that they do, and trust that they are doing things in best interest for you. You're going to have to let go once in a while, you know. And keep your hand on that steering wheel, because remember, somebody's got to drive after a while. Hey, again, this is Ralphie Boy from Before the Beat, and if you like what you see, subscribe down on the bottom, hit that subscribe button. If there's anything you think that I should cover on Before the Beat, let me know in the comments below, or send me an email. You got it, info@beforethebeat@gmail.com.